the testimony of Ambassadors Yovanovitch and Taylor, of Fiona Hill and Alexander Vindman, and yes, 2 out of 3 amigos, and many, many more, Congress was left with a few unanswered questions because some, like John Bolton and Rick Perry, resisted testifying, and others who played big roles in the Ukraine scandal weren't needed. No reasonable person listening to the evidence could escape concluding that the president had abused his power when he demanded political favors as he withheld military aid to Ukraine. The same reasonable person would also have to recognize that by withholding all documents Congress requested and refusing to let officials testify, the president had committed obstruction of the sort Robert Mueller had said Congress should address. The answer to this problem, as written in the Constitution, was impeachment. As Congressman Jamie Raskin, a professor of constitutional law, put it,
what happens if you get a president who totally trashes the law? Okay? Some of us think we may be there now. I know some of our colleagues don't believe that, but certainly they can imagine a situation where a president advertises spectacular disrespect and contempt for the law and trashes the law. What is our ultimate check against that? It's going to be impeachment. That's why it's in the Constitution.
As the House Judiciary Committee took on the work of drafting articles of impeachment, Republicans who were in the minority complained and repeated the president's claim that he had done nothing wrong. Democrats were divided into 2 camps. On one side were those who wanted to throw the book at the president and charge him with all the possible high crimes revealed in testimony. On the other side were those who wanted to keep things simple so that Americans who didn't have time to study many different articles could understand what was going on. The Keep It Simple people won, and eventually just 2 articles were approved by the House Judiciary Committee and sent to the Congress for an up or down vote. One stated that the president had abused his power in the Ukraine scandal, and the other said he had obstructed Congress as it tried to investigate wrongdoing by him and others. When the votes were cast, the Democratic majority impeached the president with the help of one former Republican, Justice Amash, who joined them. For only the 3rd time in history, an American president had been impeached. Impeachment articles approved in the House go to the Senate, which is charged with acting like a court. Like all American courts, it's expected to be impartial. In this case, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and his GOP allies announced their conclusions before the trial even started. With full control over the Senate, the Republicans permitted the House Democrats to put on a case, but did not function as an impartial court. The president's defense team struggled to refute the facts and ended up with the basic claim that the president can do pretty much anything he wants, just as long as he says he's doing it for the good of the country. In the end, the Senate Republicans, with the exception of Utah's Mitt Romney, voted against both articles, and Donald Trump was not convicted and removed from the presidency. It did not mean the president was innocent. It only meant that he could remain in office and that in 9 months, voters would have the final say.
We have confidence in our case that it is impeachable, and this president is impeached for life, regardless of any gamesmanship on the part of Mitch McConnell. We want the American people to see the truth.